Israel-Palestine conflict did not start in 1948. Most people are only aware of the most recent history of this region, starting in 1948 with the creation of Israel. But the true history spans over more than 2,000 years, and in this video you will learn all about it. At the end, you will understand the history of this region from A to Z, beginning 3,000 years ago. The ancient Kingdom of Israel emerged around 1000 BCE. It began with the unification of various tribes in the region under a monarchy. This period is commonly associated with King Saul, who was anointed as the first king of Israel. But things changed. After the Babylonian conquest and the destruction of the first temple in 586 BCE, many Jews were exiled and dispersed. Later, some returned to the region when Cyrus the Great, the Persian ruler, allowed the Jewish people to go back and rebuild their temple. The area experienced a series of occupations and rules. The period following Alexander the Great's conquest, the Maccabean revolt against the Seleucid Empire, and ultimately, Roman rule. Wow, that's a lot of names. What is important is not so much the names or specific empires. This series of occupations would see Jews being expelled from Israel, to later be allowed back, to then again being expelled. But this would not go on forever, because a more permanent event would take place. In 70 CE, the Romans destroyed the Second Temple in Jerusalem and quashed a major Jewish revolt, resulting in widespread Jewish dispersion, known as the diaspora. This dispersion meant that Jews were living in various parts of the world without a unified country or political autonomy. They settled in Europe, the Middle East, North Africa, and other parts of the world. This brings us to a new chapter. After this dispersion, Jews did not have it easy. Medieval Europe witnessed a multitude of challenges for Jewish communities. Jews were often segregated into specific areas known as ghettos. They were often blamed during times of hardship, such as during the Black Death in the 14th century, leading to accusations and violence. The Spanish Inquisition in the late 15th century aimed at ensuring religious orthodoxy, forcing Jews and Muslims to convert to Christianity or face expulsion. This led to the persecution of those who continued to practice Judaism in secret. In Eastern Europe, Jews faced periodic violence, particularly in Russia and Poland. This environment set the stage for the Holocaust during World War II, where approximately 6 million Jews, nearly 2/3 of the Jewish population in Europe, were systematically murdered. After the Holocaust, the Jewish people wanted a state for themselves. The creation of the State of Israel in 1948 was influenced by various historical, religious, and political factors. At its core, the idea of establishing a Jewish homeland had roots in the Zionist movement, which emerged in the late 19th century. The choice of Palestine as the location for a Jewish state was rooted in several reasons. Palestine, particularly Jerusalem, holds immense historical and religious significance for Jews. During the creation of this state, a particular saying was very popular among Zionists: "A land without a people for a people without a land." But is this true? Was Palestine really a land without people? Arabs have had a presence in the area for more than a millennium. Before the emergence of Islam in the 7th century, the region was inhabited by various tribes and communities, including Arab tribes. With the Islamic expansion in the 7th century, Arab-Muslim armies conquered the region, bringing with them Arab culture, language, and religion. This period established a significant Arab-Muslim presence in the area. Throughout the centuries, the region that comprises modern-day Israel and Palestine was part of various empires, including the Umayyad Caliphate, the Abbasid Caliphate, the Ottoman Empire, and others. During this time, the population was diverse, consisting of Arab Muslims, Arab Christians, and a very small Jewish population. Do you still think that Palestine was a land without people? All of this history has led up to the conflict we see today. This video was not intended to be biased or make an argument for any side of this conflict. I simply hope to have educated you on the complicated and long history of this region. Thanks for watching.